Oh man, I could cry. Life is good. What if I did like a poem? It sounds like I'm about to do a poem, right? Don't it? Don't it sound pump you? They can't hear you. It's all good. What up, everybody? This is Duce Banner, aka Keith Roberson, aka Keith Robe, aka Keith the Beast, aka Ducey, aka Bill, but don't call me that. That's just for family. Aka Robe, aka William, aka the second. Got a whole bunch of names up in this piece. Life is good. Life is good, man. Life is good. I'm sorry I don't do these podcasts nearly as consistently as I used to. Well, it's not consistent at all. Let's be clear, it's not consistent at all. But um, I'm reminded every month that I have a podcast because they take money out of my account every month. So I'm trying to make it worthwhile. Trying to make it worthwhile, man. That little $10, man. That ain't no joke. So just trying to make it worth my while on here. Well, Fresh Air is paying for it at this point. Fresh Air is paying for it. They know about it. But yeah, y'all know how it is when I don't do these podcasts for a long time. We rusty. And we just about to talk. We just about to have a conversation. So what's been going on with me? I'm sure inquiring minds want to know what's been going on. Well, I just had a birthday. That's number one. I think that's very important to note. I just had a birthday. Not this week, but last week. And was it last week? It was. It was 2 weeks ago. I'm tripping. 2 weeks ago. Dang. 2 weeks ago. Didn't do too much crazy, but that's what happens when you in your late 20s. It's shoot, but I've always been that person. I've always been that person. Like, don't make too much of a hoopla. Some years it's like, nah, make me a surprise birthday party. I want a surprise birthday party. But this year ain't that year. Maybe for 30, maybe 30, I'll do that. But that's a ways away. But yeah, man. I had a birthday not too long ago. A lot of stuff has been happening. Been praying a lot, as y'all know. So that's another reason for why I haven't been podcasting as much, because I just been beseeching the Lord, just been like imploring the Lord, just been supplicating and all of that stuff, and just no lies, just been interceding for people, man. And it's been a journey. It's been a journey. It's been a great journey. But what's been the most incredible part about it, I would say, is that my relationship with the Lord has grown. Like leaps and bounds. It has grown. And if you see me doing praise and worship at Blueprint Church, that's one of the places where you can see it. But you can see it in my life as a whole, man. Like, I find great joy in people saying, man, like, yo, when I see you, man, you just ooze Jesus. And, like, those are quotes. Like, people have said that. But that's not me. You know what I mean? And that's not something that I boast in. But it is something that I boast in, not for myself, but it's something that I boast in just in regards to how God can change your life. And even the ones that it was like, oh no, I'm good, I know the Lord, but it's like, nah, but do you know him? And that's what it really means to go from glory to glory. I really come to know. So it's been really great. But another thing about praying is, like, you're not just praying to pray, we praying for stuff to get answered. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people, they'll say this and they'll try to like make prayer logical. And that's what people do for just Christianity in general. I feel sometimes they'll just try to practicalize and make Christ seem logical, like he's not the God of the Bible, like where he doesn't work miracles, where he doesn't answer your prayers, where he doesn't speak to you. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, well, he must not be this type of God. Like, no, in fact, he is that type of God. And he's very much so that type of God. Now unto him who is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we ask or think, according to the power that works in you. That's Ephesians 3:20. It didn't die with Paul. Like, it still goes on. And he's still able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we ask or think. So my prayers have been getting answered. What happened is I don't know if I told you all this, but I made a prayer wall. So I have a prayer wall, and it's full of Post-its. No, it's not color coded or anything, but it's a multicolored wall. And on the wall there are prayers, and they're prayer requests, and they don't come down until they're answered. Like, so my wall is ugly, but it will stay ugly until every Post-it on that wall comes down. I believe that God gave me that idea, and it's been going really well. Stuff has been coming down, and stuff has been going up. Stuff has been going up on the prayer wall, but I told God, I was like, look, I'm not trying to put too much more up. I'm trying to make sure all this stuff that I'm praying for comes down. And at this point, I just know, like, prayer is a lifestyle, and that prayer is something that will never stop. And that wall will. I pray that my wall doesn't look ugly anymore, but like, let's kind of like minimize it a little bit more. But God has really, really, really been answering prayers. So what I do with the Post-its, I'll take them down. I'll take them down when they get answered, and I put them in a box. And now this box is full of answered prayers. So when I get discouraged, or the people that I pray with, they get discouraged, I can just lead them to this box and say, look at this box of answered prayers. It's full of answered prayers. And God is continuing to answer prayer. He answers prayers for my friends that I've been praying for, my friends, just people that I don't even know. God is still working, and God is still moving. But I could talk about prayer all day. All I will just say in this episode, I'll say, is just pray, man. Just pray, man. But yeah, so that's probably why. Well, it's not probably why. I just run home and I pray. Like, if I'm not at work, I'm just running to pray and all of that type of stuff. It's just where I'm at. But I think God has availed me to be able to do a little bit more now. He's like, okay, you've been faithful over a few things, so now I'm back to writing. But I'm starting to, the Lord has presented an opportunity for me to be able to write for other people. And so we'll see how that venture goes. And, fresh air, we got some products coming out and need to spearhead those things. And just trying to get back on track, man. Just trying to get back on track. I'm drinking something. This is caramel frappuccino, the Starbucks frappuccino. Some of y'all know about that life. I've been living this life since 2008, back in college. So yeah, but birthday events. All right, what did I do for my birthday? So, as y'all know, I've been praying. So I woke up, I prayed with a friend, then I prayed with my mother, then I prayed with another friend, as I do every day. I was like, this is not going to change that. I'm gonna pray every day, and then I went to go play basketball, and just to see if I still had it, just to see is in this elevated. I'm in my late 20s now, so it's like, okay, do you still got some sort of athleticism? Steph Curry is 29. You not far off from 29, so do you still got it? Could you still have it if you wanted to? Just to know if just that I got it in a pocket. Could I still run up and down the court a couple of times, without killing myself? So we did that. Then I went to go pray with some people, some strong people in the faith, just praying over this year, and just praying over my personal new year, just praying over that, and just praying for God to do a miraculous work in my life this year, and for other people, not just for myself, but for other people. And so we got done praying, and then what happened? Then went and got a massage. Now let me tell you about this massage thing. No lie, I felt uncomfortable about it. Like, usually they'll tell you, like, just to take everything off, but like your underwear, I've never had a real massage before, but I'm assuming you don't take off all your clothes. Like, one of my friends, she was like, oh, yeah, that's crazy. They made you take off all your clothes. I'm like, yeah, I felt molested. And she was like, she laughed, but I'm like, molestation, that's not That's not funny, And so, but yeah, but everybody else, it was like, oh yeah, that's natural, and I'm like, but they was massaging my butt, and they were like, yeah, that's your glutes, and I'm like, no, that's my butt, you know what I mean? And so, I don't know if I'm gonna go back. I don't know if I'm going back there, but it was cool for what it was worth. My neck was bugged for like the rest of the week though. I'm like, she worked that thing out, man. And but yeah, so after that, went to go see. Well, I went to the Christian bookstore and got a few things for my house, and they've been blessing my house. Not that there's any power in them, but there's scriptures on them, so that scriptures are powerful. But it's good reminders. But there's no power in those things, and they're not idols. Long story. Long story for another day. Um, Yeah, what else happened? So I went to the movies, but all this time, like the whole day, I turned my phone off, man. Only turned it off just to see who called, you know what I mean? And cause I didn't want any missed calls. But I was going to text everybody back, man. It was crazy. 130 plus text messages just telling me happy birthday. Man, when you love, boy, ain't nothing like being loved, man. And it ain't nothing like knowing that you spread that love in order to receive it back. Not, that's not why you spread love, but like, you received all this love back because you gave it. It's incredible. What happened? So yeah, went to go see Logan with a couple of friends. Logan was pretty gory, man, but Logan was pretty dope. I think it was I'm not gonna talk too much about Logan, but Logan was a good movie. I really enjoyed it. Um, Not much I have to say about it. I don't want to spoil too much. Um, Yeah, but later on that week, my friend, my dear friend, who I love very much, yes, I love her very much. Her and her daughter came down, and just got to spend time with them, which is like, yo, that's what I mean, just spending time with them is very important to me because they're very important to me, and yeah, it's I would be lying if I didn't tell you that she she wasn't just a friend. You know what I mean? Like she's not just a friend to me. She's not just any old person to me. She is very special to me. I would say for the very reason of she's the reason why I've been praying so hard, and why I've been praying so much. Um, because I don't know. I just feel God has really put her on my heart to pray for her and to care for her. And it is what it is. And there's no getting around it. That is my friend. And I love her dearly. And there's nothing that nobody can say or do about it. You know what I mean? So for her to come down, like the person that I'm praying for and just the person that I'm believing God for, just just for him to do a miraculous work in her life. For her and her daughter to come down, I was able to tell her some things that the Lord laid on my heart to tell her, just in regards to her life, and just seeing God do a miraculous thing in her life. It was incredible. We won't get into that, but we saw Beauty and the Beast, and like the whole time I'm sitting down watching Beauty and the Beast, I'm like, God, show me yourself in this movie. Show me yourself in this movie. And he was like, nah. I was like, I said, God, which one is you? Which one is you? Now, God is my best friend now. You know what I mean? If he wasn't before, and I know it's cliche to say God is your best friend, but it's really like that. It's really, really like that. And at this point, it's like, ain't no getting around it. Talk to this dude all day. Ask him for guidance all throughout the day. I do not lean on my own understanding all throughout the day. I try to, in all my ways, acknowledge him. And he certainly directs my path. So yeah, I'm watching a movie and I'm like, God, show me yourself. I said, are you the beast or are you the beauty? Like, which one are you? Like, where are you in this? He's like, I'm gonna show you you. I'm gonna show you yourself in this. And he surely did. He showed me myself. And I asked him, I said, God, who needed who? Who needed who? And God showed me, he was like, man, they both needed each other. They needed each other. Like so Bell needed the beast just as much as the beast needed Bell. And so God was just speaking to me through that, and it was beautiful. But yeah, Beauty and the Beast was pretty dope. I'm mad that Celine Dion wasn't singing Beauty and the Beast though, cause but she's on the soundtrack, so I got the soundtrack off Apple Music, so it's a good soundtrack. Here's the thing. The new music, the new songs are doper than the old songs. I'm not talking about the remakes. You can't top the remake. The remakes can't top the original. I'm talking about the new songs that they've implemented into this new movie. Pretty dope. Pretty dope. Pretty dope. I forget the names, but we won't go over it. Yeah. So that's what's been going. Dag, I've only been on this podcast for about 16 minutes. Yeah, don't have too much to say other than that. I'm going to read Psalm 119, and I'll get out your hair. I'm believing Psalm 119 for everybody that I'm praying for, even myself, even you, the person listening to this. So I'll read Psalm 119, and I'll get out your hair. Hey, somebody gave me an idea before I read this. Somebody gave me an idea. If you have a prayer request, why don't you tell me about your prayer request? Why don't you tell me? I won't say your name on it, but I will pray for you over this podcast, because maybe there's someone out there like you that needs prayer for the same thing. So I'll pray for you as well as, anybody else. So if you have prayer requests, let me know. Send it to me. Text it to me. Put it on the Fresh Air page. DM Fresh Air Life. Whatever it may be. And we'll see. We'll make sure that we get to it. So yeah, I'm gonna read Psalm 119. That should take us the rest of the time, because Psalm 119 is pretty long. But pray this as I read it, if you would. And listen, you can listen to this on your way to work. I'm sure this will bless you on your way to work. You could listen to this on your way to sleep. I'm sure it will bless you as you sleep. You can listen to this as you walk. Whatever. Scripture is crazy. I'm not going to say especially, because all scripture, you can get revelation and inspiration and all of that type of stuff from scripture. As Hebrews 4:12 says, the word is like a double-edged sword, man. It's crazy. It's great. So without any further ado, Psalm 119. Just trying to give y'all ideas. Psalm 119. How blessed are those whose way is blameless, who walk in the law of the Lord. How blessed are those who observe his testimonies, who seek him with all their heart. They also do no unrighteousness. They walk in his ways. You have ordained your precepts, that we should keep them diligently. Oh, that my ways may be established, to keep your statutes. Then I shall not be ashamed when I look upon all your commandments. I shall give thanks to you with uprightness of heart. When I learn your righteous judgments, I shall keep your statutes. Do not forsake me utterly. How can a young man keep his way pure? By keeping it according to your word. With all my heart I have sought you. Do not let me wander from your commandments. Your word I have treasured in my heart, that I may not sin against you. Blessed are you, O Lord. Teach me your statutes. With my lips I have told of all the ordinances of your mouth. I have rejoiced in the way of your testimonies, as much as in all riches. I meditate on your precepts and regard your ways. I shall delight in your statutes. I shall not forget your word. Deal bountifully with your servant, that I may live and keep your word. Open my eyes that I may behold wonderful things from your law. I am a stranger in the earth. Do not hide your commandments from me. My soul is crushed with longing after your ordinances at all times. You rebuke the arrogant, the cursed, who wander from your commandments. Take away reproach and contempt from me, for I observe your testimonies. Even though princes sit and talk against me, your servant meditates on your statutes. Your testimonies also are my delight. They are my counselors. My soul cleaves to the dust. Revive me according to your word. I have told of my ways, and you have answered me. Teach me your statutes. Make me understand the way of your precepts, so I will meditate on your wonders. My soul weeps because of grief. Strengthen me according to your word. Remove the false way from me, and graciously grant me your law. I have chosen the faithful way. I have placed your ordinances before me. I cling to your testimonies. O Lord, do not put me to shame. I shall run the way of your commandments, for you will enlarge my heart. Teach me, O Lord, the way of your statutes, and I shall observe it to the end. Give me understanding that I may observe your law and keep it with all my heart. Make me walk in the path of your commandments, for I delight in it. Incline my heart to your testimonies and not to dishonest gain. Turn away my eyes from looking at vanity and revive me in your ways. Establish your word to your servant as that which produces reverence for you. Turn away my reproach which I dread, for your ordinances are good. Behold, I long for your precepts. Revive me through your righteousness. May your loving kindnesses also come to me, O Lord, your salvation according to your word. So I will have an answer for him who reproaches me, for I trust in your word. And do not take the word of truth utterly out of my mouth, for I wait for your ordinances. So I will keep your law continually, forever and ever. And I will walk at liberty, for I seek your precepts. I will also speak of your testimonies before kings, and shall not be ashamed. I shall delight in your commandments, which I love. And I shall lift up my hands to your commandments, which I love. And I will meditate on your statutes. Remember the word of your servant, in which you have made me hope. This is my comfort in my affliction, that your word has revived me. The arrogant utterly deride me, yet I do not turn aside from your law. I have remembered your ordinances from of old, O Lord, and comfort myself. Burning indignation has seized me because of the wicked, who forsake your law. Your statutes are my songs, in the house of my pilgrimage. O Lord, I remember your name in the night, and keep your law. This has become mine, that I observe your precepts. The Lord is my portion. I have promised to keep your words. I sought your favor with all my heart. Be gracious to me according to your word. I consider my ways and turn my feet to your testimonies. I hastened and did not delay to keep your commandments. The cords of the wicked have encircled me, but I have not forgotten your law. At midnight I shall rise to give thanks to you because of your righteous ordinances. I am a companion of all those who fear you and of all those who keep your precepts. The earth is full of your loving kindness, O Lord. Teach me your statutes. You have dealt well with your servant, O Lord, according to your word. Teach me good discernment and knowledge, for I believe in your commandments. Before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now I keep your word. You are good and do good. Teach me your statutes. The arrogant have forged a lie against me. With all my heart I will observe your precepts. Their heart is covered with fat, but I delight in your law. It is good for me that I was afflicted, that I may learn your statutes. The law of your mouth is better to me than thousands of gold and silver pieces. Your hands made me and fashioned me. Give me understanding that I may learn your commandments. May those who fear you see me and be glad, because I wait for your word. I know, O Lord, that your judgments are righteous, and that in faithfulness you have afflicted me. O may your loving kindness comfort me, according to your word to your servant. May your compassion come to me that I may live, for your law is my delight. May the arrogant be ashamed, for they subvert me with a lie, but I shall meditate on your precepts. May those who fear you turn to me, even those who know your testimonies. May my heart be blameless to your statutes, so that I will not be ashamed. My soul languishes for your salvation. I wait for your word. My eyes fail with longing for your word, while I say, when will you comfort me? Though I have become like a wineskin in the smoke, I do not forget your statutes. How many are the days of your servant? When will you execute judgment on those who persecute me? The arrogant have dug pits for me, men who are not in accord with your law. All your commandments are faithful. They have persecuted me with a lie. Help me. They almost destroyed me on earth, but as for me, I did not forsake your precepts. Revive me according to your loving kindness, so that I may keep the testimony of your mouth. Forever, O Lord, your word is settled in heaven. Your faithfulness continues throughout all generations. You established the earth and it stands. They stand this day according to your ordinances, for all things are your servants. If your law had not been my delight, then I would have perished in my affliction. I will never forget your precepts, for by them you have revived me. I am yours. Save me, for I have sought your precepts. The wicked wait for me to destroy me. I shall diligently consider your testimonies. I have seen a limit to all perfection. Your commandment is exceedingly broad. Oh, how I love your law. It is my meditation all the day. Your commandments make me wiser than my enemies, for they are ever mine. I have more insight than all my teachers, for your testimonies are my meditation. I understand more than the aged, because I have observed your precepts. I have restrained my feet from every evil way, that I may keep your word. I have not turned aside from your ordinances, for you yourself have taught me. How sweet are your words to my taste, yes, sweeter than honey to my mouth. From your precepts I get understanding. Therefore I hate every false way. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. I have sworn and will confirm it, that I will keep your righteous ordinances. I am exceedingly afflicted. Revive me, O Lord, according to your word. Oh, accept the free will offerings of my mouth, O Lord, and teach me your ordinances. My life is continually in my hand, yet I do not forget your law. The wicked have laid a snare for me, yet I have not gone astray from your precepts. I have inherited your testimonies forever, for they are the joy of my heart. I have inclined my heart to perform your statutes forever, even to the end. I hate those who are double-minded, but I love your law. You are my hiding place and my shield. I wait for your word. Depart from me, evildoers, that I may observe the commandments of my God. Sustain me according to your word, that I may live, and do not let me be ashamed of my hope. Uphold me that I may be safe, that I may have regard for your statutes continually. You have rejected all those who wander from your statutes, for their deceitfulness is useless. You have removed all the wicked of the earth like dross. Therefore I love your testimonies. My flesh trembles for fear of you, and I am afraid of your judgments. I have done justice and righteousness. Do not leave me to my oppressors. Be surety for your servant for good. Do not let the arrogant oppress me. My eyes fail with longing for your salvation and for your righteous word. Deal with your servant according to your loving kindness, and teach me your statutes. I am your servant. Give me understanding, that I may know your testimonies. It is time for the Lord to act, for they have broken your law. Therefore I love your commandments above gold, yes, above fine gold. Therefore I esteem right all your precepts concerning everything. I hate every false way. Your testimonies are wonderful. Therefore my soul observes them. The unfolding of your words gives light. It gives understanding to the simple. I opened my mouth wide and panted, for I longed for your commandments. Turn to me and be gracious to me, after your manner with those who love your name. Establish my footsteps in your word, and do not let any iniquity have dominion over me. Redeem me from the oppression of man, that I may keep your precepts. Make your face shine upon your servant, and teach me your statutes. My eyes shed streams of water, because they do not keep your law. Righteous are you, O Lord, and upright are your judgments. You have commanded your testimonies in righteousness and exceeding faithfulness. My zeal has consumed me, because my adversaries have forgotten your words. Your word is very pure. Therefore your servant loves it. I am small and despised, yet I do not forget your precepts. Your righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and your law is truth. Trouble and anguish have come upon me, yet your commandments are my delight. Your testimonies are righteous forever. Give me understanding that I may live. I cried with all my heart, answer me, O Lord. I will observe your statutes. I cried to you, save me, and I shall keep your testimonies. I rise before dawn and cry for help. I wait for your words. My eyes anticipate the night watches, that I may meditate on your word. Hear my voice according to your loving kindness. Revive me, O Lord, according to your ordinances. Those who follow after wickedness draw near. They are far from your law. You are near, O Lord, and all your commandments are truth. Of old I have known from your testimonies that you have founded them forever. Look upon my affliction and rescue me, for I do not forget your law. Plead my cause and redeem me. Revive me according to your word. Salvation is far from the wicked, for they do not seek your statutes. Great are your testimonies, O Lord. Revive me according to your ordinances. Many are my persecutors and my adversaries, yet I do not turn aside from your testimonies. I behold the treacherous and loathe them, because they do not keep your word. Consider how I love your precepts. Revive me, O Lord, according to your loving kindness. The sum of your word is truth, and every one of your righteous ordinances is everlasting. Princes persecute me without cause, but my heart stands in awe of your words. I rejoice at your word as one who finds great spoil. I hate and despise falsehood, but I love your word. 7 times a day I praise you because of your righteous ordinances. Those who love your law have great peace, and nothing causes them to stumble. I hope for your salvation, O Lord, and do your commandments. My soul keeps your testimonies, and I love them exceedingly. I keep your precepts and your testimonies, for all my ways are before you. Let my cry come before you, O Lord. Give me understanding according to your word. Let my supplication come before you. Deliver me according to your word. Let my lips utter praise, for you teach me your statutes. Let my tongue sing of your word, for all your commandments are righteousness. Let your hand be ready to help me, for I have chosen your precepts. I long for your salvation, O Lord, and your law is my delight. Let my soul live that it may praise you, and let your ordinances help me. I have gone astray like a lost sheep. Seek your servant, for I do not forget your commandments.